Hey there. Welcome to Don't Blame Mondaze, a Better Me podcast where we focus on self-care, self-awareness, and my personal favorite, self-improvement. I am Lisa McClendon, award-winning international recording artist, and I love having conversations about self-improvement because I know what it has done for my life personally. This is episode 5, and before we kick this episode off, let's start with a story. I was looking in the mirror, and I was like, "Wow, I don't feel so cute today." You know, most mornings when I get up, when you're looking cute and you're like, oh, brows right, okay. Especially if you deal with brows like me. Okay, brows popping. It was just that morning. It was that kind of morning. And so I stopped and I said, okay, it's clear that you're not feeling the way you're looking today. No angle is cutting it for you. So since you can't see the beauty in the big picture, pick out at least one thing that you see as popping. Like, look at one thing that you're going, okay, I may not see the whole picture, but oh, you did that. And I looked at my brows and I was like, okay, you did that. And I went on my way. But then the next morning, I was getting ready for another meeting and I was getting my little makeup together. And as we do, look in the mirror for that check. And I was like, okay, she cute. And so then I'm thinking, wait a minute, just yesterday, I wasn't feeling anything. I don't think I did anything different. Same lipstick, same blush, same bronze, same concealer, same hairdo. But why do I feel like I'm doing it today? But yesterday was such a struggle. Man, the day a difference can make. So let's talk about perspective. Let's talk about, as I just stated, the difference a day can make, the difference a person can make, a difference a situation, a moment, the time of day, the place. Life is about perspective. And it is crazy how some days, I promise you, it seems like I have wiped my brows off, draw them on, wiped them off 5 times. And I'm looking like we are really not struggling with these eyebrows today. Really. And then there are those days where, listen, the pencil is sharp just right. The angle is the blending, come on, blend. And you're like, oh my goodness, I did these brows today. I put on that bronzer today. This outfit is cute today. My hair is right today. But every day is about perspective. Every day is about, a lot of times, the mood. Do you understand that the mood that you are in can make a big difference in the way you see? Try it. Or just think about it. I really am a big believer about how our senses, the 5 senses that God has given us, they all are connected. They all are connected. If I smell something wrong, it affects everything. If I see something wrong, it affects everything. If I hear something wrong, it affects everything. And I don't think it's a coincidence that one of the things that my therapist always, one of my therapists would say, have me do was this I think it's called something with the 5, but you get distracted. You distract yourself when things are going downward or when you're having a downward spiral moment. One of the things I immediately start doing is I start using my senses to distract me from the negativity. So if I'm starting to feel depressed or feeling down or feeling sad, and most times there's even no real reason. It's just, sometimes I think it's a chemical thing, and it's just that depression or that downness start coming. Yeah, I just made that word up. That downness start coming in. As I'm driving, I'll look and I'll say, well, there's the blue sky. There's the green grass. There's a brown stem. There's a yellow butterfly. And I hear a car driving by. I feel the wind on my skin. I smell the warmth of the sun. I just begin to lock in my senses to the positive energy around me, to the beauty of the earth that we've been gifted, to offset the negative energy that comes from the weight of the world. And sometimes a simple stare in the mirror in the morning before you go to work, before you go off on a business trip, or before you go meet a friend for breakfast is affected by your senses. It's affected by, did I get a good night's sleep? Do I feel touch? Did I feel comfortable in my bed? Did I wake up and my house smelled welcoming? Did I wake up and did I see the room around me together and aligned? And not to get off on a tangent, but me personally, one of the reasons why it's so important for me every day to make my bed is because after being out in the world all day, when I come in, the first thing that I want to see, the thing that really just welcomes me home from a long day, is when I can open my door and my room is in alignment. My bed is made. It welcomes me. And it's like the chaos of the world. I don't have to worry about that when I walk in my room because I've set a standard of peace in my bedroom, because I can't control what goes on outside of my house, but I can control what goes on in my house. And so since my bedroom is my resting place, my welcoming place, my recharge place, I always make it my business to make sure that my bed in my room is organized and aligned and ready to welcome me back, because I don't know what I'm going to deal with throughout the day. I want to be able to see something beautiful when I walk in my room. I want to smell the freshness of a place after I walked this world and this city and wherever I've been in the stench of the world. And hopefully that wasn't tangent. I hope that you're getting what I'm saying. Our senses affect our perception, our perspective, the way we see things, the way we hear things. Man, the way we hear things. Our mood can affect the way we hear things. You can tell me something about somebody one day, and I can and say something negative, and I can be like, oh, maybe they were just having a bad day. Yeah, now I got so much grace and compassion for them and their situation because I'm feeling good. But baby, if you come to me with that same story when I'm already ticked off and irritated, I'm on the gossip bandwagon. And I'm like, yeah, she got on my nerve too. Last week, I can't stand her. Man, our mood affects those things. So we have to guard our senses. Guard our senses so that we can protect our perspective. You have the right to guard your senses so that you can protect your perspective. And of course, nothing is 100% proof. But baby, you got more of a winning chance when you have shielded and protected what you see, what you say, what you hear, what you touch, and what you smell. And it's funny because when people come from other places and they come visit me and they come in my office I see their face lift. I'll give you a great story. I work with kids, and oftentimes we have to deal with disgruntled parents, irate parents. And I remember we had to deal with a very irate parent, and so I prepared for this meeting. And so I had my essential oils, and I forget what scent I put on, but I had my diffuser going. I played some nice, soft seascape music, relaxing sound music. And so one of my colleagues walked in, they were like, "Ooh." And I said, "Yeah, we have a parent." And they were like, "Ooh, that's smart." Yes, because I need to diffuse this parent so that they can be reasonable, so that they can hear what they might not want to hear. We have to set the mood, set the tone. So there was no way I could leave my house that day allowing myself to know that I just stood in the mirror and I didn't like what I saw, and I didn't make a resolve with that. And now I'm going to leave my house with that energy and spew that on everybody I see in every situation I come across. I had an opportunity to change my perspective. So I had to focus on something that I actually liked. And that particular day, it was my eyebrows. We have the power to change the day before the day gets going. We have the power to change the perspective. Bad hair day? Probably going to have a bad day because you started out that way. I've had bad hair days. My resolution, I'm going to tie my hair up. I'm going to figure out a way, or I'm going to have some, or my outfit, or my wardrobe that day is going to be so on point that I forgot all about my hair. I got to change my focus so I don't distort my perception. Change your focus so you don't distort your perception. We have a great gift in our five senses, an extraordinary gift in our five senses. There's power in what you see, what you taste, what you touch, what you hear, what you smell. It can change everything. So I want to challenge you today that when you wake up and all of the whispers, because we all have them, all the whispers of what you can and can't do, or what you should or shouldn't do, and how awful and how bad you are, and if you're anything like me, that basket of clothes that's been sitting in that corner for a week, change your perspective. Go find something that you did do well. Okay, yeah, the basket of clothes has been in the closet. I've been in the corner for all week. Well, that's okay. But how about the clothes are no longer in my chair? Okay, maybe the clothes are still in the corner of the basket, but my bed is made up every day. Okay, maybe my hair is not looking right, but oh, baby, honey, the way I put that pencil on them lips. Find a way to change your perspective and use the God-given senses that you have. Use some sense and use your senses. I hope you caught that. This has been amazing. I'm always honored when you stop by and have these conversations with me. And if you have heard anything that has just made you see life different, that has made you say, yeah, let me do this, I deserve to be better, drop me a comment. And please do me a favor and do them a favor and share it with somebody that you know needs this. They need what was said today. They need this now. Share it. Hey, I am Lisa McClendon. This is Don't Blame Mondays, a Better Me podcast where we focus on self-care, self-love, and most importantly, self-improvement. I'll see you next time. And you're welcome.